Economics. Today's segment, Specialization and Trade. Alright, first things first, let's define opportunity cost. So, opportunity cost is basically the cost of everything you won't be able to get now that you decided to do something else. Like if you have to decide between cutting wood or going to make food, and you decide to cut wood, your opportunity cost would be the amount of food you wouldn't be able to make for every piece of wood you decide to cut instead. When faced with the question of what a firm, or as in the upcoming example, what a country should specialize in when it comes to trade, you gotta know the opportunity cost for each decision first. To do this, you gotta know if you're analyzing that country's output or input. If you're analyzing their output, or the amount of goods produced, think triple O's, or output equals the other good over, or divided by, the good you're analyzing. I'll show you what I mean in a second. Meanwhile, if you're analyzing inputs, or resources it takes to make the goods in question, think IOU, or input equals the other good under the good you're analyzing. So why do we need these tricks? Well, it's so we can find the opportunity cost with the help of division. This can then allow us to judge the comparative advantage a country may hold in producing a certain good, which isn't always the same as its absolute advantage in that good. If they have a comparative advantage in producing a good, then they should specialize in that good. Let me show you what I mean. So let's say we're looking at Japan and the USA. When it comes to soybeans, let's say Japan makes 22 pounds per day, let's say, and the US makes 20. Regarding car production, Japan makes 20 cars, while the US makes 16. So as you can see, we're going to find the opportunity cost based on output, because we're looking at the amount of goods produced. So the cost of making a pound of soybeans in Japan is, other good goes over, about 0.91 cars. Meanwhile, the cost of making a pound of soybeans in the US is about 0.8 cars. Now for cars, the cost of producing a car in Japan, and as always, I apologize for my terrible penmanship, that cost is about 1.1 pounds of soybeans. In the US, the cost of making a car is 1.25 pounds of soybeans. So as you can see, Japan has a lower opportunity cost in producing cars when compared to the US, thus giving Japan a comparative advantage in car production, while the US has lower opportunity costs in soybean production, giving the US a comparative advantage in growing soybeans. This actually reflects how it is in real life. So we started off with Japan having absolute advantage in both car and soybean production, since absolute advantage is the ability to make more of a good than your competitors. However, the country should specialize based on their comparative advantage, aka their ability to produce a good at a lower opportunity cost than their competitor. Thus, Japan will specialize in only cars, and the US will specialize in only soybeans. Alright, quick review. When trying to find opportunity cost, think OOO if you're looking at output. In other words, output equals other good goes over. When looking at inputs, think IOU, or inputs equals other good goes under. When you've got a comparative advantage, you've got less opportunity cost than your rival. However, when you have absolute advantage, that just means you produce more than your rival. And no, they're not the same thing. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. And Gerick probably does too, wherever he is right now. Probably in the bathroom. Slacker. Just kidding. Bye!